Hello and welcome back. A lot has changed in the last week and these nights are certainly trying times. As someone who works in healthcare, I really cannot stress enough the importance of social distancing. Gathering around the table to play our favorite pen and paper games is, for the moment, not ideal. As you can see for a channel first, I'm recording this video at night. The tool that we're going to talk about today I created. It's a virtual environment for Tabletop Simulator to play Vampire the Masquerade V5 online. I made this for my own personal use around 9 months ago while organizing a game with some dear friends. As things do, that game unfortunately fell through. But with the way things have developed, I've decided to publish it for the community. I had to rebrand some things because the table was designed with my chronicle in mind, and I had to rush to make sure it ran well and was credited properly. But everything should be ready now. With no further delay, let's have a look at Vampire the Masquerade V5 in table form. I'm Zombie, and you're watching 3 Dots and Resources. And here we are on the store page for Tabletop Simulator. Now for those who don't know, Tabletop Simulator is a game that can be found on Steam for $19.99. It's pretty affordable, a lot of people have it. This is only going to work if everyone who's playing in your game has Tabletop Simulator. Everyone is required to have it to play. Once you've acquired in the game in some fashion, using this table or mod or whatever you want to call it is as easy as navigating to the page. You can see the description here where I credit people whose mods I've used parts of on this table. To use the mod, you simply press the subscribe button and the mod will automatically download. Here in the game, to use it, simply press create. Start up a multiplayer game. I've already entered credentials for a server and password. Press create server. Now if you navigate here to the workshop, you'll find the Vampire the Masquerade V5 table. Simply click it, press load. Now I'm going to switch to the game master. Now from here you can invite your friends and begin using the table. Let's take a moment and look at some of the features. Now first we're going to look at the character sheet and how to input data. For these little radio buttons, all you have to do is click on them like this. You can fill out the stats for brawl, athletics, drive. You can fill in the stats. Let's put a little dexterity there. A little manipulation. For these counters, you just press the plus and minus buttons and they'll increment the numbers up and down. And right here, with the willpower track, you'll see there's actually 2 rows that you can enter on, because willpower has, as well as health, a little bit more complex tracking. Now let's look at the text. We'll go back up here to the name. So when you press it, a token appears. You right click it and go to the description. You enter the text here. And when you're done, you just press the edit button again and the text will jump over onto the sheet. Now let's look at the table. The table has a lot of cool features, like that you can close these drawers with character sheets. You can pop them back open. If you look over here, you can extend this for some more room on the table. There's a customized board which changes the black bottom of the table. I don't use that much. You're welcome to play with it and figure out if it's something that could serve your game. Next up is the map. I included a map of Manhattan just as an example. I rendered it from snazzymaps.com. I encourage you to use them if you need a nice map. There are tokens and flags that I've placed on the table for this example. You could use these to mark domains, important locations. The flags have multiple states. This ... and this checkmark state. You can also change the color. These are great for fleshing out the world in your game and showing the bigger picture for the world that your players are playing in. Next, let's look at dice. because it wouldn't be a Vampire the Masquerade V5 game without their fancy dice. There's some bags over on the side. You can grab them all as a group and give them a toss onto the table. It's satisfying. They're nice. This is one of the biggest selling points for using Tabletop Simulator over Roll20, for example, is that you actually get to throw the dice out onto the table. Did I actually just roll 7 successes? Where is that luck when I'm actually playing? Oh my god. There's also a hit location die, which you can see here, which I found from somewhere else on the workshop. It has locations like hands, legs, head. You can roll it if you need to know where a stray bullet hits or something like that. Next, let's turn our gaze to behind the Storyteller screen. If you look down here at the tablet, you'll find something familiar from my previous videos. It's my Vampire the Masquerade V5 collection on Chartopia. It's fully usable here, same way as in my previous video explaining its use. Plus roll, a character is generated, a completely random vampire with a bit of history, stats. You can highlight it and copy it. There's also the charts here for humors and dyscrasia, plot hook generator. All of those work as you would expect them to. Over here, there are some containers that have infinite note cards. There's also a larger sheet of paper. You can click here and you can actually paste the generated vampires from the Kindred generator on the tablet here. I don't know if I recommend this as a way to store these. It may be better to store them off of Tabletop Simulator and have them on maybe a notepad or a Google document in a separate browser window. But if you do choose to store them here, you can put them into the brown bag here and search it and withdraw it as needed. The next feature you'll notice is this strange dial. Now I believe this was actually made for 20th anniversary edition, which had a different way of doing dice tests where you could have a target number that wasn't 6 or higher. Though I included in this table to use as like a target number set. So like, let's say for example, you needed a 3 to succeed at something. You could set that here as a reminder when your players roll that 3 is the target number they need to hit. You could also use it for extended tests to track the number of successes that they need to get. Perhaps they need to get 8. You could use this to track that. It's as easy as clicking on the numbers and the number changes in the center. Next, let's have a look at the Storyteller screen. This originally comes from a user named Macallus. It was posted on Reddit. All I've done is taken the different pages of the PDF he released and formatted them into one image and uploaded them to be used here. It's great. It's got most of what you would need to run a game. So when you need to reference that quick little rule or chart, just have a peek over here and you should be set. And that's it, really. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I did something different with this video. For the intro, I wrote a script. It didn't come off as organically as I would have liked. And for the rest of the video, I wasn't recording the voiceover while I was doing those segments. I recorded the voiceover and the video separately. It's just something I'm trying. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about that. As a reminder, me and my wife stream on Twitch every week. Here's a little clip of what we get into. Can one of the sea monsters come out of the sand so I can hit it? Oh, cool. I mean, like, not right there. Like, somewhere else. Oh! I just sunk into it and died. Why was that a thing? Nintendo! 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 I am an idiot, by the way. It's something we do, and it's a lot of fun. I hope you choose to join us. As always, as I tell you every week, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. It's the best way to give me feedback on what I'm doing and if it's helping you. Thank you for joining me again. I hope that you and your family are safe out there, and I hope to see you next time.